Now we're going to look at the other side of the coin, as it were, where we're going to think about the idea of empirical probability. And with empirical probability, what we're doing is going from how things should be to, in a sense, how things are. So for example, let's think about this coin right here that I have. Now, two sides on it, you might not be able to see clearly. It's got heads and tails. So if I flip the coin, there should be a 50-50 chance that I get heads. But who's to say that if I flip the coin again, I don't just get heads again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again, however many times I flip the coin, I might just keep getting heads forever and ever. So this is the sort of thing we'd be looking at with the idea of empirical probability, where instead of saying, okay, each of these things is equally likely, instead of expecting that things happen as they should, we look at probability in terms of things as they did. Because not just with events like coin flips or things like a demographic study, there's no real guarantee that the probabilities break down in the way that you might expect just by the raw numbers. So when we're talking about computing an empirical probability instead of a theoretical or classical probability, we find it by taking the total number of times that whatever event we're looking at, E, happens, and dividing it by the total number of trials that we take. So this is where we get situations like in the news, if something, say, studies show some percentage of thing occurs. We'll see some examples of this in a bit, but this is what we're looking at here, trial data. Although it is important to bear in mind that with trial data, we can get kind of a murky picture, because even with that coin, I could keep flipping it forever and ever, and I could keep getting all of those results that I got, assuming that I don't drop the coin like I did just there. And maybe I keep getting heads and heads and heads and heads, but truth be told, just because I get heads many times in a row doesn't really guarantee that I'll never get tails.